Hey, welcome back to another video, Elijah. Hi, it's me, Elijah. I am going to tell you guys a story time. This is actually really juicy. But before I go do that, why don't you go check out my intro? Hey, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed my intro. Welcome back. But here, I am going to tell you guys a very, very juicy story time. It's about an acquaintance of mine that I'm no longer friends with or talk to anymore because this person basically stole money from me, and I'm going to talk about it because I swore that I would never talk about anybody friends wise, well, acquaintances, but like if I do talk about like friends, it's most likely going to be in a positive way, but it's going to, I have every right to say how I feel. This is my channel, who cares? And and if anyone, whoever watches this video and feels the need that, they want to try to expose me, I mean, personally, I'm an open book. Like, I could tell you guys stuff that I've done in the past, recently or whatever, but like, I'm an open book for the most part. Okay, so there you go. But anyway, so I want to say about last year, I reconnected with this ex friend of mine, acquaintance. Really, he's an acquaintance now, and he had a job at the time, and I had a job at the time, and we kind of reconnected, and I found out he was bisexual or whatever you want, whatever, I don't know. And he got turned into a little hottie. He was pretty handsome. He's still handsome, but he's just an asshole now. But so basically, we reconnected and we were just talking about old times, and I actually went to see him in Bayonne, and he was living there. Now he lives in PA. I don't know where though, but he lives in PA now, and and I went to see him, and he was with his boyfriend at the time, and he started telling me all this shit about him and his boyfriend going through and shit like that, and he was telling me how his boyfriend, has a really bad temper and would kick him out and all the above and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just like, my question, I'm in my head thinking like, why are you with this dude if this dude is basically just gonna like argue and kick you out and throw stones at you? Like, why I would, if I was in a relationship like that, I would leave. And just personally, you got like survive and be homeless. Just saying, But like, I pray that that doesn't happen to me. But but he was in a really, really toxic relationship, and shit hit the fan immediately. And then I went back home, and then shit hit the fan for him. And then I want to say about maybe a couple of months in the new year, he's over here telling, he's like, he asked me a question, and he's like, "Can I ask you a question?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" He basically asked me if he could sleep with me, but he doesn't want to kiss. And I'm like, the fuck? But at the time, I was thinking with my hormones, not with my head. I was using my other head, if you know what I mean. And I was actually going to do it, but at the time I didn't have a job. I had recently quit my job at the time. It was like January, and also before I quit my job, I was making money. He had lost his job and he didn't have money for a good like 3-4 months. So of course the person he was coming to ask was me. And like a fool, I was giving it to him, and I literally gave him over almost $200. I mean, I know $200 is not a whole lot, but like it's a lot, in my book. Especially, you know, when I was broke, that $200 could have came in handy. Just saying. Um, he did me dirty as hell. Basically, he never like he basically blocked me. He blocked his number, blocked me on social media, and basically was never going to pay me back. And then I told my other friend who was still in contact with him, and was like, that's kind of messed up, and I can't believe he would do that, and she was like, well, he seems kind of shady, and it's funny though because I remember a couple like years ago when I was in high school, I remember he decided to pull a dumbass stunt. This is how, like, we were teenagers, and this is how you know we were stupid as hell, and he was stupid as hell. But before I say that, I have to say this part. His life is just tragic in itself. Just tragic. I don't like laughing at people who have tragic stories, but some of the shit is just fucking hilarious. So basically, his father was a pimp, and his mother was basically on drugs and still on drugs. And so basically, he just never had a chance. Just never had a chance. Never had a chance. His father had like several children. I'm pretty sure his mom, I think he told me his mom has several children also. Doesn't have a good relationship with none of his family members. His grandma's in her 60s, 70s, on drugs, cocaine and everything. Just never had a chance. And dude is just nuts. I think he might be bipolar, but he don't, I mean, I hope, like, personally, I hope he's working and I hope he's doing okay for himself, but like, dude is nuts, nuts. Like I don't even know what, I don't even, like, personally, like, all I asked was just for him to pay me back, and he took it a different way and literally just blocked me on everything, and I was just like, okay. And then recently I had gotten into like an old account of mine that I used to use a couple of years ago, and I was just trying to like reconnect and just be like, yo, like, we are grown as hell. Like, you need to like grow up and unblock me and stop acting childish. Like, I didn't do shit to you. All I did was ask for my money back, and that was that. And that particular incident just got out of hand, and he, like I said, he blocked me. But anyway, so he pulled this dumbass stunt. He basically ran away from home. And I remember one time, out of the blue, I was home. I think I was like 15 or 16 when this shit happened, and I was just minding my business. I was home, and here he comes calling me, talking about, "Elijah, I need your help, blah blah blah." And at the time, I had a dog. I think I was fairly new to having a dog. I think I was, and then I I remember he called me, and I asked my mom if he could just stay the night, just so he get to where he needs to get to. My mom was very uneasy about that, but she did it, because she was a good person, because my mom has a good heart and all, a great, she has her moments, but she has a good heart for the most part, a great heart, and he came, he spent the night, and he was just in a lot of distress, and he was just like stupid as hell for doing that. Like, I get it that he was in a sticky situation, but I'm just like, dude, like, I helped you out. I actually helped you out twice. Like, I let you stay at my house for a night so you could be in a warm bed, and I gave you money, and you did me dirty, like, really bad. He's just a shady person in general, like, just shady. And then you got me, like, I mean, like I said, I have my faults, and I'm not perfect. I have my moments just like everybody else. But one thing about me is I'm an honest person. I can be shady, but for the most part, I'm not a shady person. If I say something, I mean it. Like, I'm a decent person. I have a good heart. And I get my heart trampled on so much, and I just don't get it. Like, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I ended up trying to, like, that's one of the reasons why I think I probably lost my mind a couple of years ago, or a couple of months ago, I should put it. And I just never, nothing was, fair, for me. Everything was just messed up, and I had a messed up situation. And so basically, he just had a tragic life, and all I'm gonna say is this: if you're dealing with anyone who seems good but shady at the same time, just watch your back, and always make sure you pay attention to the small things, because the small things always count. People always say, "Oh, you shouldn't pay attention to the small things." Trust me, you should, because that shows you who your true friends are. I have another friend. Pretty sure she gonna watch it, but I'm just speaking my truth, and this is just my truth, and I care about her a lot. But like the other day, um, she knows what I'm talking about, because like she's gonna watch it. And I'm not ashamed about it either. But the other day, I was at work, and I was texting my friend Jessica, and and instead of her saying like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be on my phone," I literally was audio her like on Instagram. I was DMing her like using audio. She, instead of her saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna spend some time with my boyfriend, watch some movies, not really be on my phone," she didn't do it. So of course, she took it as like I was angry and upset. I was just like, well, I had every right to be a little upset, and plus I was a little cranky. But like I thought I had every right to feel a little upset, because I was just like, hey, like you kind of like left me on audio, like like for like literally like for 4 hours, and I was just like, it's called respect. Just saying, just saying, you know, and like I said, I'm not ashamed to tell my truth, and like also like then I told two of my other friends, and they was like, "Oh, that's not right," and X, Y, and Z, and why would she do that? And she calls herself your friend. I'm like, well, she is my friend, she is my friend, and I care a lot about her, and I like her a lot. She's a cool person. She makes me laugh. She's hilarious as shit too, you know. And it's just like I little things like that kind of like like get me a little upset, but like I just had to talk about it, because I was just like I just wanted to put that in the atmosphere, put that out in the open, but like I personally felt like she should have had just like said something and stuff like that. And like today, because like she didn't text, she didn't audio me today, and I was at work, and like the first thing I did was I was like, because I was like I don't want to be that friend. I want to give her space. I don't want to always call her, which I do, you know. But anyway, but overall, I just wanted to get that off my chest. But hey, Jessica, if you are watching, love you, girl. What a tragedy. Oh, you don't know what I mean, Nancy. Yeah. Um, but overall, I'm not always going to say his name, but I'm not going to say his name, even though I should. You guys can go follow and go see his Instagram and Facebook. He is a nutcase. But like he was basically a really really shady person, and he kind of like did me dirty, and I just didn't understand like why he would do me dirty, and I just didn't get it. I didn't understand. I didn't get it. I just didn't understand like why he would treat me so bad and wouldn't pay me back, and it's just not fair. Like I did so much for this dude. I really did. I did a lot for this dude, and to have it done like that, to be to get to not pay me back and block me and be a child, like you're childish. I'm sorry. That's childish games. Like who does that? I'm sorry. Like you only block someone if someone's being like stalkerish, or you don't want to be friends. Well, and he didn't want to be friends with me, so yeah. But like, I just personally thought I was just so rude. But again, like like people who do end up watching this video, just like I would say, like be careful who you call your friends, because it's not everyone it's not everyone is your friend. Everyone. Like I remember when I was talking to another acquaintance of mine that I met in college, and she's so smart and such a beautiful spirit, and outside and inside her, she's just such a beautiful spirit. And she was like, there are certain people that come into your life for a lifetime, and there are certain people that come into your life for a season. And in this particular case, he came into my life for a season, and I was in his life for a season. And personally, I'm kind of happy that I'm not friends with him. Like my life is still moving on. I got a job. I'm saving up. I'm doing what I gotta do so I can get to where I need to get to in the near future. You know, I am doing the best I can, and I'm trying to be the best I can be. You know, I'm trying to be the best human being as possible. Trying to be very spiritual. Trying to talk to my heavenly Father on a daily, pray and stuff like that. And I just do what I can. And people like him don't deserve my friendship. You know, they really doesn't. You know, because I consider myself a very good person. I'm a very very good person, and I love people, and I for the most part I love people who are nice and are good humans. You know, I love good human beings, not mean ones, and treat people like crap. You know, and loving. I love animals. I love dog. I have a dog. You know, I love. I don't love. I love almost all animals, like rabbits and dogs and cats and even a squirrel. But I don't want to have a squirrel for a pet. Jessica, Lord Jesus. But I just wanted to say this, and I wanted to, get off my chest, and I had to, and just all I'm gonna say is this, guys. Just know who your real friends are, and watch out for the fake ones. Okay, because I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably have had those fake friends, and you got some real friends. So, but anyway, this is Elijah Jones, and I want to say I hope you guys have a great, great morning, afternoon, nighttime, midnight, whatever time you watch this video. Because it's midnight right now. It's 12:15 right now. It is Tuesday, my day off, finally. But I hope you guys have a great night, great evening, great morning, whatever time you watch this video. Like I said, I love you guys. Peace out. And I will always love you. Peace out.